I made a chessboard. It lets you play chess.
Wow.
It also enforces the rules of the game, so your friends can't just cheat to automatically beat you. It does all that without command blocks. If you'd like, you can download the world using the link in the description and try it out for yourself. If you're curious about how I built it, stick around and watch the rest of the video. There's a completely legitimate tutorial at the end to show you how to build one yourself. And if that isn't enough for you, I made another video that gives a much more in-depth explanation of how the different components work. I also streamed the entire build process on Twitch, so you should go follow me there if you're interested in Redstone and whatever other games I feel like playing. Enough intro though, let's get to the part you actually want to see.
Meet me on the bleachers, Josh, so I can give the backstory.
All right.
I'm rooting. Face each other like men.
Yeah, I'm rooting
Shake
for
hands.
Josh here. So
Yeah, shake hands. Okay, here's the deal. My bodyguard is back there. He's looking more menacing to me than to you, I think.
All right.
But anyway, okay, so I'll give the backstory. So this goes back to, I think I was in like 7th grade, and you were in 9th grade.
Oh, it had to. I thought I was in middle school when this happened, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you were in 8th grade, and I would have been in like 6th or something like that.
Maybe.
I don't know. The point was, we were like smaller children than we are now. And you were starting to get into chess, and I was not getting into chess. And then you decided, hey, I know what I can do. I just keep on dunking on this person, on the small child, like daily. And he would keep challenging me to chess, and he would keep beating me. Tank Killer 125. He would keep beating me in it. And so eventually, what I would do was, I told him, hey, I'm done playing this, although, because I knew you were also big into Redstone back then. You've been doing this for a while now. I know the YouTube channel. And so I told you, Jamal116, that the next time I would play you in this game is when you made it in Minecraft. And then the mad lad, the dastardly devil himself, actually went and did it.
10 years later.
It's chess in Minecraft.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly when you made this challenge, because I was looking back on my channel, and I have a 7-year-old YouTube video showing off one of my attempts at this project, and I know that video is showing off at least the second attempt at this project.
Well, I know you were making it. You were starting it before I challenged you.
Okay.
It wasn't like that's what kicked it off, but
Okay.
I knew you were like. I think you were like at the very start of it, like you were building the board for the first time, and I was like, oh, well then if you make it in Minecraft, I'll play it.
Okay. Yeah, because I distinctly remember like this project has been a long time coming. So
yeah.
All right, but so the day has come. I have built it in Minecraft. And so
I've been training.
The showdown that has been foretold is now occurring.
I've been training for this. I have one of my friends he didn't start chess club, but he's one of like 2 or 3 members of it. And he's been playing me. He made me get a live chess account. And so we've been playing. We played 1 match, and then we're in the middle of 2 more.
Meanwhile, I don't think I've played a game of chess since middle school. So
yeah.
We'll see how this goes.
Josh, are you ready for my intimidation tactics?
I am very ready for your intimidation tactics. I see.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I can't get OBS. I cannot get OBS working. Oh shit.
Yeah, dude, come on. Come on.
Hold on. I have an intimidation tactic of my own.
What's yours? Oh no, no, to the bleachers, I gotta, dude, I'm just gonna go to the top of the chessboard. No, turn it off. Turn it off, I'm gonna die. No. Oh, you're gonna get my pants. Wait, hold on.
You're gonna get my pants.
I threw them away. You won't be able to. No, is he shooting at me? No.
I hope you feel intimidated now. Okay, cool. So I am going to make a different move. I am going to, so the way the panels work is you step on one of the squares, make sure you're only standing on one, and you hit one of these buttons to make the selection. Cool. Then my lights should go off, and now we wait. for it to figure out what moves I'm allowed to make with that piece. Cool, this is the one I've selected. Oh, and just so you know, if you make the wrong selection, you can just, select a different one of your pieces, and that will do the thing.
Oh, I have my subtitles on, so it's telling me when the note blocks are playing and stuff. Oh, my game just froze.
I didn't even hit a button. All right.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. I figured it was a lag spike, so it was making me lose it, so.
Yeah. All right. So once my move is made, that is, essentially how the game works, right? It does
my game big froze.
It does actually, make sure the moves that you make are legal and things like that. It makes you so you can't do illegal moves. Do you want to?
Shit! You started with the jump. Okay.
Yeah. Do I want to make this trade? Because it's still not a great trade. It's better than it could have been, but it's not a great trade.
I think you should go for the trade.
I want to show off that capturing a piece actually works, so I'm going to go for the trade. What is the point of this if not a tech demo?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your pitch.
I thought we were settling the score, more or less.
The score is being settled with a tech demo, yes.
Yes. It's also his pitch to investors to fund his.
Yes, to fund the
future
project
endeavors.
that is already done.
No. It's the pitch future projects.
Well, he needs a distributor.
I've already got a large YouTube channel with a lot of things on it that I could use as.
I mean, how large is the channel?
How many subs do you think is going to get you?
The size of the channel itself is not large, but the amount of things that I have on there is.
Oh, you've captured me.
I have captured you. That is correct.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Okay. We could orchestrate an end of the game.
We could.
Yeah, we could rig one.
Because quite frankly, while in my mind we have satisfied the meme of the chess challenge 7 years after it originally happened, right?
Okay.
I would be perfectly fine if we never actually finished this game of chess.
I'm cool with it. How do you want to decide who's winning?
That's another
Clearly
great question.
But clearly it has to be. Well, I got an idea. Someone picked heads or tails.
Oh my god.
Shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I
was.
was thinking this as well. But...
Yeah.
It's everyone's favorite part of the video, tutorial time. That's right. After this, you should be fully capable of building your very own chessboard in your very own survival world. We're going to start from the very beginning with a brand new world. There's a couple of things that are going to be important for us to consider, not the least of which will be finding a suitable location to start building. We'll need a lot of space, so it's important to find yourself a large, flat area, a bit over 200 blocks in either direction of just open space. If you can't find an area that big, you're going to need to put some significant effort into clearing a space large enough for the build, because having a clean workspace is vital to the rest of the process. Alright, now that we've got that sorted out, let's talk about the resources you're going to need. Now, you might think that you'll need a ton of resources to make a project this large, but I'm sure that for all of you experienced Minecrafters out there, getting this stuff won't be too burdensome. So, first off, we're going to need about 685,150 blocks to build with. That works out to just over 298 double chests full. Now, these blocks can technically be anything you want, but I've found that adding a bit of color to different circuits helps me keep track of things as the project gets larger, so I'm going to suggest that you do the same as well. Otherwise, you're not really doing the project properly. Now, I've also gone ahead off camera and collected 381,484 pieces of redstone dust, 93,061 repeaters, 45,181 redstone torches, 4,762 sticky pistons, 2,582 furnaces, which, by the way, are the best block in the game. Please at me, I am willing to argue. And finally, 1,664 honey blocks. It's actually important that these are honey blocks, not slime blocks. Trust me. Beyond that, we're just going to have a couple odds and ends that we'll run into along the way, but I'm not going to worry about those right now. We'll worry about those when we get there. First, we're going to start with the display. These units are going to read the signal strength that comes in here, with each value corresponding to a different piece on the board. I've also gone ahead off camera and built this other input here to display the color of the piece, and then with this all built, I've just gone ahead and copied the thing 64 times. Alright, now that that's done, you're going to want to start building these really long lines that the piece memory is going to hook into eventually. You're going to want to make them go out about this far. Next up, we're going to add the main memory arrays for the different type of pieces. Now there's 6 on this side for each different piece type, and then there's 6 more mirrored on the other side over there for the other color. It's very important that you get the spacing right on these, because there's going to be a lot of wire that we need to fit in here later. Alright, it's getting kind of dark now, and since this is an authentic survival experience, that means we should start thinking about building ourselves a shelter so that we can survive our first night. I've gone ahead and gotten myself a weapon so that I should be able to defend myself from any monsters, and we're going to camp out here until morning. Seems good. I'll just wait here. Perfect. Okay. Next up, we're going to connect the piece memory to the display lines we built earlier. If you spaced everything correctly, you shouldn't need to do very much here. Just make sure that when you get there, you put the right signal strength into the line. Okay, so we've got the basic structure starting to come together now. But if you want your version of the game to actually be playable, then you'll need to start adding a couple of key features. Let's start by adding the ability to add pieces to the board. To do that, we're going to build these long green lines all the way down the middle of the board, with each one corresponding to a different square on the board. Each signal strength on this line is in turn going to correspond to a different type and color of each piece. Now, to connect these things to the piece memory, you're going to want to be very careful about the signal strength that you output and make sure that it just barely reaches these repeaters, because we're going to be eventually putting some ribbon cables in here, and you wouldn't want to make yourself come back here and fix this 4 separate times because of really small mistakes that you only became aware of far later in the build. I mean, right? What kind of fool would do that? Removing a piece from the board is much more straightforward. We just need to connect these red lines to the corresponding memory cell for each square. Just make sure you don't run into anything around it, and you should be fine. Now we're almost ready to get started on the movement logic. But before we get there, we're going to need to finish up those ribbon cables that I mentioned earlier. So first you're going to want to build these long lines for each square on the board that tells what color piece is currently there, and then you're going to want to pull those lines up so that they line up with the green lines up here and finish our ribbon cables. Easy peasy. The movement logic itself isn't actually as hard as it may seem. The key thing to remember is that the main goal is that each unit should be able to take as inputs the locations of all the pieces on the board, and then output all the squares that are legal for a piece to make a move to. From there, one thing just leads to another, and these things pretty much build themselves. So with that in mind, go ahead and build the movement logic for pawns, knights, rooks, bishops, queens, and kings. Once you get that done, you'll need to connect all the results into one place, so go ahead and add a little bit of wire to do that too. And with that done, it's time to build the only part of the build that most people are actually going to care about. The main input is through these tripwire grids. Now the circuit behind it is actually pretty cool. It's not going to let any output through if you're standing on more than one square, and it's only going to let exactly one output through even if you're moving while you hit the button. So it's pretty important that you do this right, and it's also pretty cool. So make sure you do it right, or I'll be pretty upset with you. We need to get the player's inputs all the way to the back of the board because that's where all the logic is actually going to be. But that'll take a while if we use normal wire, and personally, I'm not a fan of having to wait an extra 3 seconds each button press just waiting for my inputs to travel back and forth. So to solve this, I came up with this cool new design for a single strength instant wire. Don't mess this up either. It's also very cool, and I will be extremely disappointed in you personally if you mess it up. Jeff. Now, of course, having inputs is useless if we can't do anything with them. So the next thing you're going to want to do is take your inputs and hook them up to this circuit that will take the coordinates you input and figure out what color piece is at that square. Awesome. As an extra bonus, when this part is successful, you can add these pieces of instant wire that go all the way back to the player's control panels. That way they can confirm what square they've selected. There's extra little touches that make things really nice. Everything we've done up to this point, though, is useless, of course, if we can't actually move a piece. Before we can do that, though, we need to be able to figure out if we're allowed to move a piece. And that's what this giant block of stuff does. All right, now this is the part we're going to need to really start thinking, because it's time to build the game state manager. Patent pending, of course. With the game state manager in place, our outputs can now do more than one thing, so it's time to make them move some pieces around. Just remember the one trick to moving. Delete the new square, delete the old square, then add the new square. Just keep that mantra running on repeat in your mind while you build this thing, and it should be a piece of cake. All that's left to do now is add some buttons to the control panels to end the game and start up a new one, and you should be good to go. You now have a fully playable chessboard, built completely legitimately in survival mode.
Excuse me, but you've forgotten to account for an integral rule of the game.
Who are you?
What if a player makes a move that appears to be legal, but making the move results in the player being left in check? That isn't allowed, and so you shouldn't support it.
That's actually a good point. But seriously, how did you even get here? I'm literally not even online right now.
It's not even worth telling you. Wouldn't understand.
Whatever. You are right, whoever you are. It's gonna be kind of tricky though, because what we have right now doesn't actually allow us to make that check beforehand. I'll have to think about this one for a bit.
Many months later.
Okay, so the next step is to spend the next 4 weeks squeezing a buffer into a space that was definitely not originally intended to fit anything next to the main piece memory arrays so that you can save the board state before a move is made. That way, if the move results in the player being left in check, you can revert the board back to its old state as though the move never happened. Perfect! Alright, that's done. With that change now, the board should finally be complete.
What about pawn promotion? Surely you haven't been scatterbrained as to completely forget about one of the most extreme power swings possible.
I guess you're right about that one too. Should probably have that. Luckily, that one's much easier to add. We just need to add a detector for when a pawn has reached the last row, send its position to the controls at the back, and then ask the player what piece they'd like to replace it with. Simple stuff, really. I also believe that we finally have a fully functioning chessboard.
Hello? Castling?
What is wrong with this guy?
Please, it's not even that hard. Because the position of the pieces at the beginning of the game is predetermined, all you have to do is create additional memory cells to store whether or not the king or the rooks have moved from their initial position. Combine that with the line check if there are any pieces between the two, and then you can take that output and make a special case for the movement selection. If the king is selected and the correct square is input, then you can hardwire that directly into your existing movement circuit. You'll just need to add a couple of extra steps so that the rook is moved as well as the king, but you should be able to use a lot of the existing timing circuits with only minimal enhancements. From there, it's just a matter of directly activating the check detection circuits. I suggest you build, and then the internal controller for the add and delete line and the game will automatically be advanced correctly as though normal moves were made.
Maybe, I guess. I mean, it's not a bad idea, right? I can definitely look into it. But even if I put that in, surely there's nothing else I could have forgotten.
That's just objectively incorrect. You've completely skipped the en passant. It's an extremely important rule with vital endgame implications.
Oh, right. That means all that there is left to do is add some nice sound cues to the control panel so that the players know when it's their turn. Isn't that neat? And that's all there is to it. If you follow this tutorial closely, you should have a 100% functioning chessboard built completely legitimately in your survival world in just a year or two. How cool is that?
All right. Let's just tab out and make sure it's recording. Oh, it's really weird that... Is it recording? Yes, it is.
Excellent.
The boys. Why? No.
So also as a brief disclaimer, I have done very little actual testing on this so far beyond, the mechanism of how things work. There have been more than one bugs I found where there's just a random piece of dust missing on this specific square. So there is a high probability that we will go to make a move and it just won't work because we happened to move oh yes, a knight onto, B7, and that is a thing that is missing a block for some reason. So
Oh God.
Join me on the stands. You can just fly over the barrier.
yeah, you can jump over the barrier. It's one block tall.
Wait, is it
Oh,
actually?
Yes, I
where's
specifically
he going?
made it
Yes.
so that it
The-
would. I actually made this decision consciously. I wanted it to be so that you wouldn't like just walk off, but if you were jumping around, you would totally be able to fall off and die anyways. I
Like,
made that
literally-
explicit
like
decision.
literally, yeah.
And plus, now we can check to see how the video turned out.
That is also true. You can see if it's actually visible, or if it's going to be like Battlegrounds where it's just a single frame.
All right.
That's
So
on this computer too. So if there's a chance. No, I think it was on the old computer.
By the way, can I briefly express how upset I am that of all the clips that got corrupted from that recording session, the one where we found the banana suit and waited in a pit for some guy is the one that we lost forever.
Oh no, I love that one because
That
that was
was-
like such a good strategy
That was
too.
single-handedly the single best clip in that entire video, and all of our videos got corrupted of it. I am so upset about that
Oh
to this
my
day.
God.
That video is like a year and a half old. What do you mean the board's flipped?
When I was playing, the king and queen were switched.
Oh, do I have them in the wrong places?
It'll be fine. I'll just play mirrored. I didn't realize it at first, but
No, like
I'll
seriously,
adapt.
are they actually in the wrong places?
Maybe.
Yes, I believe they are.
Dude, I thought. Oh my god.
I wasn't even thinking, dude. Oh, so I can. So the thing I wanted to do, I just made it like mad easier. Okay, cool.
Oh my god.
So I have good news and bad news for myself. The good news is, the main thing I was worried about is gone. The bad thing is, I'm kind of starting off on the wrong spot now. This sucks.
Wait. Let's see.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
I'm looking at a chessboard thing.
I was gonna say I thought I actually looked at a picture of an actual setup specifically.
When I was
so I wouldn't
when
make
I was
this
playing
mistake.
live chess, the king was on the left because I remember I would castle on the left.
Do we actually want to just restart the game so that our showdown is legitimate?
Well, now I'm at the point where if either way I castle is just not going to be good.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like this is no longer a legitimate showdown, you know?
Yeah, we
I
need to
feel-
have a legitimate showdown.
Yeah, we need to declare a mistrial and try again.
All right, let me click offer draw because.
Okay, yeah, because that is the most acceptable way to end this game.
Oh my god, I thought that egg throwing was like part of the system.
Oh, I wish it was.
I will say,
Okay, if I
hey,
do that, what are you going to do?
actually, this is important, and I want you to put this in the video. I
Okay.
will say, I feel better playing now than I did playing when I was in middle school. Like, a much better vibe. You're still trying it.
Wait, are we sure the kings were on? You know what I may have done? I
What?
think I may have built this originally with the kings on the wrong side. And so now that the kings are on the right side, castling is completely thrown off.
Oh shit.
So the reason
Oh.
castling didn't work before was not because they were on the wrong side,
Kings were on
but
the wrong
because I
side.
did not do the reset thing.
So
Wait, so do we need to do a new game again?
Are we sure this is actually like? Let me look at something.
nope. No, I left the game. Okay.
Okay, guys, what the hell? I had it right the first time.
What?
What the first time?
I just looked it up. It said you were wrong. What the hell?
No, I'm looking. The queens are on their own color square.
Huh?
Wild. Hold on.
I pulled up the thing. And
I'm
it was
literally
just like,
looking
yeah,
on Google. Unless every image on Google Images is wrong. Like,
Like I just searched chessboard setup,
yeah.
and that's what I searched. Yeah, and the ones that I'm looking at all have the kings on the left.
Matt, the king is not the one with the big crown. The king's the one with the weird loopy crown and the cross on top.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I would explain.
Oh, so damn.
Alrighty then.
Hey, not my fault. Usually the kings wear the big spiky crowns, so what the hell?
Okay, so the kings were not in fact on the wrong spot before. They are now in the wrong spot, and so castling now is actually impossible.
I mean, couldn't you just put them back in the right spots in the middle of the game?
I could, but like you'll notice that now if like my queen and king flip, or if Noah's queen and king flip, the castling we were going to do is off. It's wrong now. Because like then like there's pieces between it now. So the reason we couldn't castle before was because of the reset thing that was going on, not because of
And now it's because they're in the wrong spot.
yes. I don't know how I want to handle this because we have been at this for like 2 hours now.
No, because I'm thinking about like the lanes that are open, right, and like what you can do. I think I'm making the right move.
You think you're making the right move?
I don't know about that one.
You think you're making the right move? Well,
I think this opens up like a lot of stuff.
I
Hold
see.
on. Okay, I have that.
I'm a bit scared, I'm not gonna lie. I feel unprepared for the plan
I think you
that
should
have
be
for me.
scared. I don't know. I mean, I care for you. I know that, but I have been waiting to do this for like the longest time.
Yeah,
and I
you
think
have
that,
had,
like,
you have prepared for this game explicitly.
I've had literally years of training.
That is true.
Is what I've had.
Yeah.
I thought it was 3 games.
I thought it was you need to
3
stop
games
talking.
that took place over the course
Hey!
of years.
3
And
games to go up the core. Yeah, because that's how strategic we were. Josh is right.
Well. I regret to inform you, sir, that you have made a fatal mistake in your reasoning.
What kind of fatal mistake do you think I could have made? I think it's
fatal
perfect.
mistake.
I'm like about to open up my rook and everything. And my knight, they're all about to get freed.
Oh,
And
yes?
you don't even know.
Is that
Yeah.
so? Well then, I have some bad news to deliver to you, sir.
What's your bad news? I don't think you even can do anything.
Uh-huh.
I don't think you can.
Is that so?
I hear you dinging over there. I don't know what
You
that's
hear me
supposed to mean.
dinging, and I hear me dinging too, because I know for sure I am about to win this game, good friend.
I doubt it. You don't even see my plan. My plan isn't even unfurled yet.
Well, then allow me to reveal my master plot that has formed over the previous
Wait,
years.
what's going on? Wait, what are you doing?
My queen moves into position to place your king in check, and because of your
What the
weight,
fuck?
is it not moving?
Wait.
Hold on, it's actually not moving. Hold on, no, it should have reappeared by now, guys. It's
Dude, yeah, it's my turn. Wait, it's my turn.
I have made a fatal miscalculation in my plan, which is that the board would break and it would delete my queen from existence.
Just away the controller. Oh my god.
I said this could happen, did I not? I think I see. I think I see what's going on. I think I see what's going on because you think that you've outclassed
I've
me.
got lanes.
You think
I'm opening up lanes right
you
now.
think that you're so much better than me at this game, don't you? Huh?
Oh, well, I am so much better.
Well,
than
then
you.
I have some unfortunate news for you, sir, because you
What do you mean?
have just made a fatal mistake.
What kind of fatal mistake do you think I could have made? I think I know exactly what I'm doing.
I think you've made the type of fatal mistake that results in a fatal result.
What? You sound like me trying to add more words to my papers.
All I'm saying is that you've overlooked one very important detail of the game.
I don't think I could possibly overlook anything.
Would you like to
I
know
think
what
it-
that detail is?
What?
The detail that you've overlooked is that I have just won.
The board doesn't even change.
You
I don't know what
see-
you're talking about.
By moving my queen into the left column as I have
What are you-
now, I place
Wait.
your king into
Oh, it's
check
open.
immediately. Correct. You've left the lane wide open.
Oh, the lane! No, that was my lane! Why'd you take my lane?
It's still not showing up.
Where'd the queen go?
Guys. It's my turn.
And it's still not there.
Why is it not showing up? Aha! As you see, my queen has appeared in exactly the location that I intended it to, placing your king into check. I dare you to try to get out of this position.
I can't. Wait, there's nothing I can. Wait. The knight can't go. The king can't go. Wait,
You've
what am I
fallen
gonna do?
for one of the classic blunders. You have fallen for checkmate, my friend. There is only one outcome for you now.
Oh my god.
And that outcome is death to the cannon! Alright, prepare to load the cannon.
No, I don't want to go in there. You can't. This wasn't part of the server.
This is your punishment for losing the game. Prepare to fire.
What? Wasn't what we said we'd do. No.
I have altered the deal. Fire the cannon in 3, 2,
That was supposed to be a
1.
fire pit.
Fire!
And fun and fireworks and
Yay! This is what you get for losing chess.